Hello. In part 1 of this video, we talked about how to override default PowerShell configuration at runtime and learned about two flags, BLPS ignore args and BLPS add args. In this video, we'll talk about remaining flags. Let's start with two flags, BLPS ignore dir and BLPS use dir. These are used to override default value of ps_dir key in the configuration file. Now first of all, let's understand what is the use of ps_dir key. ps_dir key represents installation directory of PowerShell, from where the PowerShell executable will be referred by the RSAD agent. By default, this key is not configured. If this key is not configured, then location of PowerShell executable should be added in the path environment variable. So first of all, let's talk about BLPS usedir flag. The directory location of PowerShell provided to this flag will be used to form absolute path of PowerShell executable. Let's add this flag to one of the PowerShell script start window service, which accepts one argument service name and starts that service. So if we add that flag, and my PowerShell location is so I'll add this path. So it will use this path for the PowerShell binary. Now let's execute this job. Okay, now I'll check in the agent logs. So now here you can see that it is referring whole path C drive Windows PowerShell till PowerShell.exe instead of only PowerShell.exe. So this is how you can use your BLPS usedir flag if you have installed PowerShell into some other location and it is not available in the path environment variable. Now let's talk about another flag, BLPS ignore dir. This flag ignores the configured PSDIR key. So suppose if it is PSDIR key is configured in the PowerShell, it will ignore that and it will refer PowerShell from the path environment variable. So the PSDIR key is not configured here. First of all, let me configure it. I have created one type1 script. I will execute that script. So the script executed. Now let's check in the CNF file. So here you can see ps_dir key has been configured. Now let's add that BLPS ignore dir flag and see what happens. Let us check the results. Okay, it got executed. We'll see in the agent logs. So you can see that ps_dir key was ignored and only PowerShell.exe was used. You can also use blps ignore dir along with blps use dir if you want to ignore the ps_dir key configured in the file, and instead of you want to use some other path where the PowerShell is installed. Now we'll talk about blps use cmd flag. This flag is used to change the PowerShell executable name. By default, binary name is configured to use PowerShell.exe. So this is used when target server has PowerShell core installed and binary executable needs to be changed from PowerShell to PWSH. So we'll add PWSH. I will keep ignore dir as it is because in the conf file, this location is the location of PowerShell.exe and not PWSH. So let's execute this job. We'll check now the logs. So here you can see that PWSH was used instead of PowerShell.exe to execute this script. Thank you very much. That's all for overriding the default behavior of a configuration file.